So let us make sure that we make that happen, and we are about to do that in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Now, you will see right now on Dog's screen before he starts, it says 29,486,164. The bot is down. The bot is totally down, Dog. Just go ahead and start, please. The bot is down. Or at least the 3 to 1 didn't work. Let me try it again. Yeah, the bot is down, guys. BFed69 says, gotta update that PB. Yes, I do gotta do it. We create the graphics at the beginning of the month. We do not update them throughout the month because this is basically a one-person deal. So ain't nobody got time for that. But as you saw, 29 million was a score that was achieved by the player on your right yesterday, last night. Dog playing Tetris with the first ever rebirth on the gym cartridge. So started a game with 0 lines, got all the way to back around, all the way 29, 30, 31, looped all the way around, all the way through the colors, all the way through the 800 line level, all the way to 254, 255, and then 0. So Dog got the first gym rebirth last night. That resulted in a score of 29 million points, almost doubling the existing score world record that Alex T has at 16.7. Dog is an 8-time CTM Masters winner. It basically wins like twice a year. You know, ever since he started. He's like, I'm going to win this 2 times a year, no problem. Also a 2-time CTWC world champion. So so that PB should say 29.4 million or whatever. So you can imagine that in your mind. On the left side, Dengler, the first player ever to get a perfect max out. He's going to nail that T-spin as we get underway here. 240 for Dengler, 174 for Dog. Dengler, the first player ever to get that perfect max out. That means starting, I think it was an 18 star, right? Starts on 18 and gets all Tetrises until that 999,999 was passed. So the first player ever to do that, a no burn max out. And Dengler also a winner of recent regional tournament, the CTWC Northeast Regional, has won the Challengers circuit a few times. Has been in the top 4 of CTM only one time, and that was August 2024. So technically last month's tournament, because we are in September. And Dengler, of course, making it in the top 4 of this year's Classic Tetris World Championship. The CTWC World Championship back in June was in the top 4. And by the way, who knocked him out of the top 4? It was Dog playing Tetris. And by the way, who also knocked Dengler out of 2023? It was Dog playing Tetris. So 2 years in a row, Dog has knocked Dengler out of CTWC. Dengler looking to exact a little bit of revenge and also put himself in a position to get his first ever Classic Tetris Monthly Championship. Sloan says, you got to remind him. Well, listen, I'm just talking about the players. I'm talking about the underlying storylines. That's part of it. If you're going to be a top player, you got to hear about what the stupid commentator drones on and on about. That's part of it. Id Kirby is here. Chiller is here. Yeah, the bot is down. So unless the bot goes up, I will generate the seeds on my own Tetris. 516 for Dengler. 463 for Dog. Now, Dengler 13 lines ahead. This is actually much closer than it would appear at first glance. So Dengler just 8 lines away from that 19 transition. Dog 16 lines away right now. And Dog is clean. He is drilled back down to the bottom of the Tetris board. Dengler is in at 589. Yeah, what broke the bot? Maybe someone was trying to see Dog's new PB on the bot and it just said nope. But yeah, certainly one of the craziest game, maybe the greatest, and I mean, I don't even know why I say maybe, the greatest game of NES Tetris ever played. Like 250, what is that? 300, and is it 3,300 lines? Is that what it is? And not only did he get the rebirth, but he also played 91 levels past the rebirth as well. Was it 91? I think it was 91. So he kept playing. He didn't just stop at 0. He just kept going. $554 for Dog. 727 from Dengler. Dog had a really extended kind of low dig on the board for a while. And of course, then again, also remember, Dog behind in lines by anywhere from 12, 11 to 15 lines. So this is much closer than it would appear. Dengler with a dirty Tetris, column 3, 4 rows up. People saying Summoning Salt needs to do a new video now. Well, I don't think Summoning Salt does a, hey, here's an update to the, he doesn't do updates like, and he said this before. He's like, yeah, I don't do like speed running news or new high score news, right? He wants to make a video from the beginning to the end of something. So I don't think you'll see a Summoning Salt about this in particular. But you may see other stuff about Classic Tetris Scene from Summoning Salt. What do I know? Absolutely nothing. 743 for Dog. He's going to get a Tetris 890 for Dengler. And, you wonder if we'll see a Game Scout one. I mean, we do need... It would be good to get something out there. But I don't know if Scout's in a position to make one at the moment, too. So, I don't know. We're just going to have Cole do it. Cobalt do it. Cobalt. What's the difference between Cole and Cobalt? I don't know. Same person, right? Yeah, when's the Cobalt vid coming out, right? Tetris for Dengler, A38, 846 for Dog. Cobalt. So Dengler with the A73, he's on 28. Dog's still on 26 and really just getting into 26. Dengler ahead by 30 lines. So he's got the 200,000 point lead, but he's ahead by, 20 to 30 lines. And that has a little bit to do with the delayed start. The bot kind of threw our players off a little bit just in terms of their starts. So that will be a factor for the newbies here. Excuse me. Tetris for Dog, A19. Dengler in a little bit of trouble here. Longbar gets over, but he's got gaps all over the place, so he's going to have to work this down. C23 from him. A92 into 29 for Dog. So I think Dog... I forget what Dengler's 29 transition was, but still very, very good. And Dengler in a big slowdown right now. That left side. Oh, and he gets a bar over to that left side. That's going to extend his game here. Is he going to be able to dig out of this? That left side might be cut off. And no, it's going to be a top out at C44. So the target for Dog is C45. There is a Tetris. One more Tetris from Dog would do it. And Dog knows where he's at, so he's just going to take safe burns the rest of the way. He's going into rebirth mode. Not taking any chances. Just build high on that left and then just kind of work pieces. Get those 5 taps in for those bars. Well, the board is low. And long bar over Tetris Dog, and he's got it. Cousin Avi gifted a tier 1 sub to Hazel. Thank you so much, Cousin Avi. K9 watching Tetris 321 Countdown Bits. Thank you very much. We also had a $50 contribution to the prize pool from Lori3443. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Dog doing the thing. He's doing the mullen. He's going aggro mullen. That's the only way to do it. If you're gonna put people through a mullen, then go aggressive. No line out mullens. He's gonna go for another rebirth. All right, quickly pause it and uncap it. All right, there's a triple down the middle for Doug. And that left side, a little bit of a mess. So I don't know. Can he get the rollover? Probably still. And he's going to, all right. You just noticed, is there music playing? Yeah, it's pretty low, though. Let us go ahead and get these players started in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh, did it say Skiddaby? Skiddaby. Ay. Oh, you typoed. I don't know what sounds worse, Skibbity or Skiddaby. Oh, let's get rid of the seed checker. Goodbye. All right, we're underway in game number 2. Dog is ahead 1-0. Our 2-time CTWC world champion. And, of course, the runner-up in 2024's CTWC, Dengler, top 4. Dog has been playing CTWC Championship since 2020 and has never finished outside of the top 4. And I think that is the greatest run in all of Tetris. 2020 is when so many players started to get very, very good at the game. The skill gap shrunk by an enormous amount compared to CTWC's past. And there were so many players who had legitimate shot at World Championship, starting with that year. And Dog has never finished outside the top 4 in that era. So I think this 5-year run for Dog, in my estimation, is probably the greatest tournament run that anyone's ever had. I know that there are players that have won it, let's say, more times. There was a different era then. Maybe you can't directly compare eras, but when you just say, what did it take to win that? To me, that's the greatest tournament run of all time. 231 for Dengler, 233 for Dog. And I don't think anybody's going to win this thing 5 years in a row, 7 out of 8 years. I don't think that. I think those days are gone. And so you just got to look at the consistency versus the level of play. 304 for Dog, 281 for Dengler. He's going to get a Tetris 304 for him as well. We do have our October tournaments that will be starting in the next couple days. And then after that, November looms. No cap November, and it's taken on kind of a different, a different tinge to me now that we are in the rebirth era. Could we witness a rebirth in competition? My God, please save me. I mean, it would be cool. But on the other hand, just sitting here Well, someone rebirth. I mean, who's going to want to do that? So I don't know what to do. We were promised no cap November. We're going to do it, but we're going to try to find ways to get these long games under control. I got some ideas. I better figure them out in the next couple days. I proposed putting the actual crash on instead of doing endless gym. But then I put that to a poll when I announced 470 here for Dengler, 448 for Dog. And everybody wanted to turn the crash off. Like there's a couple people that wanted it on. Like I favor, but everybody else. And so, I'm not afraid to go against the public if I think my judgment, if I believe in my own judgment, right? I'm okay with that. Ultimately, I have to decide, but man. I mean, you think about the reality of that. That is crazy. Oh, the poll is 52 to 34 now? Okay. People say, yeah, crash off is the spirit of No Cap November, but if we were playing on the original cart, the crash is in the game, guys. It's not like the crash is something we imposed and are now removing. The crash is in the game. Just like EA Sports, it's in the game. 551 for Dengler, 531 for Dog. In fact, removing the crash is like taking the game further away from its original, right? 600 transition for Dengler, 580 transition for Dog. Dog with a cleaner transition, though. Oh, nice couple of pieces there for Dog to uncover the well. Long bar over Tetris, 606. Dengler with a Tetris, 629 into level 20. $25 contribution to the prize pool from Sanzel. Thank you very much. That takes us up to $18.50. And there was also a $10 contribution from Sup Daft. And so, yeah, thank you very much for that. That is amazing. That gets us up to $18.50. That means we are six $25 contributions away from our $2,000 incentive that allows us to pay the top 8. $7.15 for Dog, $7.40 for Dengler. 1967 contribution from Zempro. That brings us up to 1869.69. All right, ha ha, hee hee, ho ho. What is it? 1967, of course, the year the Red Sox blew the World Series. One of the years. Dog getting a nice square for the middle of that board. Long bar over Tetris. 856, 854 for Dengler. When you grow up a Red Sox fan in the Boston area, there's certain numbers that you just, way heavy in your heart, even though you weren't even alive, 1967, 1946 is one of them. Just losing World Series left and right. $9.20 for Doug. Ben Squirrely says, Vandy, you're rooting for the Royals. I've been watching a little bit of the playoffs, and I haven't watched in the last few days because I was kind of saving up some of the game highlights, so I don't know if they're still active, but I started to really pull for the Tigers, honestly. It's just a scrappy team with no payroll. It's kind of exciting. So I haven't watched in the last few days, so I don't know the results or if they're in or out or whatever. A57 for Dengler. He's going to get a Tetris A91. Dog at 987. And it is kind of sad that they got to the World Series final, or they got to the playoffs, not to the World Series. They got to the playoffs the year after Miguel Cabrera retires. Like, how sad is that? That left side for Dengler. Oh, he's going to get a long bar over. A beautiful L piece for the middle of that sack. Long bar in Tetris. Dengler into 29 at C05. A 1.2 into 29. And Dog gonna get a Tetris, a B34 into 29. So Dog down by about 2 Tetrises as we enter 29. Dog's board starting to kind of get high in the middle, but he's gonna take this down left and right, pieces flying. Dengler setting up a well in column 10. Waiting out the bar, gets the bar. He's gonna skim this back down, try to set up again. Summer B with a $30.31 contribution. Oh no, and Dengler is going to top out at D69. So there is a chase down for Dog. It is D70. That is the target. Probably not something that you would single and double the entire way, but oh my word. Phantom Burn, chat is saying, I kind of missed it, but Phantom Burn for Dengler. That is when you take a burn, you think it's going to clear, but you didn't realize there was a gap somewhere in that line, and it doesn't burn, throws your timing and expectations completely off. And that is apparently what happened for Dengler. D70 is the target for Dog. And it's so hard to give these kind of games to a player like that. Tetris for Dog, D57, trying to lower this board a bit. Now he's in singling, doubling territory. Just 3,000 points away. Christoph Brosmans with a $130 contribution. And also, Dog is good in game number 2. Thank you so much to Brosman. It's funny, Summer B contributed $30.31 to try to get us exactly to 1,900. And then Brosman's tried to get us exactly to 2,000. They were contributing at the same time. So Brosman contributed 30.31 extra, the exact amount that Summer B contributed. So thank you so much. We are at our incentive. The top 8 will get paid. Dog here going for another Mullen E88. Tetris for Dog F36. Try to get that roll over here. One more bar would do it. Column 8, roll over here. Let's see what he can do on 39. The answer is not much because nobody can. And game 2 for Dog. He's up 2 games to none. Let's go ahead. And that doesn't work, so I'm going to manually do it in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. The bot is down. Def Gamer on YouTube says, did the top 4 seeds all make the final 4? Yes, they did. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 versus 4, 3 versus 2. I just joined. Is there an issue with the audio? I don't know. What issue are you referring to? I do have to mute myself every so often because I'm having coughing fits, and honestly, I'm a mess. Does anyone have the bracket? Oh, is the bracket on the website? I might not have put the right bracket on the website, but here. Oops. There you go. Yeah, the bracket command is not going to work, so there's the bracket. It's on the website? Amazing. Can't believe I remembered to do that. All right, we're underway here in game number 3. This is the semis. You can see the word semis immediately next to the title placard there in the so-called lower third. As it's called in the business. What business is this? I don't know. Ping Minus with the $10 contribution to the prize pool. Thank you very much, Ping Minus. Says, thank you, Vandy. Thank you, Ping Minus. So Dengler needs to win this one to stay in this tournament. Otherwise, it's going to be two former champions going after trying to repeat. And it is always fun to see a new winner, but it's also fun to see someone building a legacy as well. So, you know, I don't have any I'm not super rooting either way, or even minor rooting either way. Fact is, there's just too many people in this sport that you can root for. I can't even think of the last time I rooted like against. I mean, I can't even. How would you root against anyone? You know. Nice setup for the key tuck from Dog, or at least it was a setup for it, and he did it. And there it was, 370 for Dog, 367 Dengler. Galaxy Biscuit says, I'm rooting for Wallband. True. And of course, the PB on Dog's name card there is wrong as of last night. He did get the 29 million score on the back of a rebirth. So that is the big Tetris news of the last 24 hours. Dog getting the gym rebirth. That is the crashless rebirth. A huge accomplishment. The greatest game of Tetris ever played. $507 from Dog. Wasn't that his like second game of the stream? He just like turned on the stream, played a trash game or two, and then ripped off rebirth. Like it wasn't a lot. Didn't seem like there was a lot of games that happened. No? All right. It was a second game. Got it. Tetris Dog 576, 572 for Dengler. This is through 109 and 103 lines. Like, this is pace, guys. And back in the old days, you couldn't say this is pace because people got so nervous when they knew they were on pace and they would top out. These players, they have pace all the time. It doesn't bother them anymore. They're just like, whatever. So the ban on saying pace is ended in 2022. Yeah, that's old school. That's not real anymore. Both players, you can see, maintaining that very safe double wide well. It allows you just within two pieces to just kind of set up a Tetris. And always gives you an option to chuck a piece over. 690 for Dog. Is going to take a single into 19 at about 690. What? 690 whatever? I don't catch it. But that's a 714 transition for Dengler. So if you want a good seed to play at least through 19, F95, A96. Let's see how you all do at home on that one. Almost a double 700 transition. It's really only that single that Dog decided to take. Wisely, I would say. That kept it from being a double 700K transition. Tetris Dog, 842, 767. Dengler, there's a Tetris. Another Tetris Dengler, 821. So both players on 800 on 21. Tetris Dengler, 847. There's another Tetris, 875. Dog waiting out a bar. All right, he's got some cleanup to do here. All right, Dog almost bringing that back down. Dengler waiting it out. So this is a real drought. Whip out your trouts. Oh, there it is, the long bars for each. And really never any doubt throughout that drought. Put away your trouts. They've almost maxed out. All right, I've turned into Dr. Seuss. Both players are the max out on 24. A double 24 max right now happening. All right, Dog setting up long bar column 9 to get Tetris ready. A little bit of frustration for Dengler as he tries to work this back into a Tetris ready. Well, he does so, gets the bar and the Tetris. 1.1 for Dengler, 1.1 for Dog. The A means a max out of 1 million points. B means 1.1 million, C 1.2 million, and so on until you get to F for 1.5, and then it just goes right back to 0 again for 1.7. Dirty Tetris Dog kind of set up there, improvised. Just kind of came together. Both players at 1.2 now. Dog is into level 28. Dengler, he's going to Tetris C35. Kind of awkward here for Dog as he approaches level 29. We're going to try to... Oh, that's a beautiful J-piece for Dog to help bring this stack down. And what is he going to do? He's just going to take this down. He's going to have a good board going in. Well, not a good board, but at least a workable board going into 29. And Dengler's into 29 at D24. Dog right now is going into 30 at C42. So Dengler with the better pace. Both players low, not ready to Tetris. They're just trying to work it down. And they're just kind of get this board back where it needs to be in order to Tetris. Dog building out that left side, waiting out the bar, takes a skim at Tetris. C98 for Dog. He's back by about 52,000 points. Tetris is here worth about 38, 39, 40,000, somewhere in there. Oh, Dengler's left side is in trouble. Dengler's going to top out at D56. So another Chasedown from Dog. He's got to weather a small little drought here. Longbar goes in for the triple. He needs 9,000 points. A Longbar in for the triple, and that's going to do it. Dog is going to take out Dengler in a sweep. And both players in the finals looking for repeat victories. We will not have a new CTM winner this month. Dengler, you did amazing. It's a tough draw to have to go up against Dog, especially when he's playing at the height of his powers, having just gotten that rebirth at 29 million. He's got a rollover here almost. He's like just a little bit away from the rollover here at 37. So, I mean, this is not the time to run into Dog in a tournament. And unfortunately, it just wasn't up to you. But GG's to you, Dengler. And Dog has got the rollover at 1.6. That first digit turns back into a 0. We call it the rollover. And then we'll start counting up from 1 again for, as you see, that's 1.7 million. Excuse me. And the Dog just trying to eke out any points, but he gets a little bit at the end there into 39. And Dog will be moving on into the finals, which we will have for you in a moment. Hey everybody, this is your old pal Vandweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. Join our Discord server, the largest classic Tetris community online at ctm.gg/discord, and follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day.